Hello and welcome to the SC Playbook podcast of NRL Supercoach Round 1, the Vegas edition, proudly brought to you by Mortgage Choice SCW. I'm your host, Tim Williams, and Team List Tuesday is here. We have actual rugby league, NRL competition action this weekend. It is Christmas Day today with 4 teams dropping for the new season. Very, very excited indeed, but not as excited as the SC Spy. How are you, Spy?
No, I feel like it's almost like when you finish work on the Friday before Christmas. You're really excited. Then Christmas Day is next Tuesday when you get all the other teams.
Yeah.
But either way, both are awesome. Very good. Just recovering from the charity game on Sunday. It was bloody good.
How about we're going to see some interesting positional shifts when we get to TLT. Turn into a hooker, Spy.
Yeah, just decided to turn into a hooker in 35 degrees. So
You just wanted your position for round 1.
Yeah, well, I was actually named at centre. I'm actually a halfback and I played hooker, so surely I get triple, whatever that's called.
Triple position.
But I'll give you the tip just quickly. If this match would have been played before Christmas, I was somewhat fit. I was feeling all right. But 2 things. One, it's not the week before Christmas. I've spent the better part of 6 weeks having a very good time. And you figure out very quickly in rugby league that there's a difference between Oztag and touch footy fit and rugby league fit, because making tackles, getting up and down, off your line and that, it's all right, like in winter when footy's normally played. In 35 degrees, our dead set was gone after 2 minutes. Like, this is tough work.
Take out Christmas and New Year's and early January festivities, Spy. 35 degrees is going to slow down anyone, even a bloke new to playing number 9 for the first time.
That's it. So, yeah.
You got the dub, though.
Yeah, got the win. Big win for the Goannas. Built on absolute heart. And I'll tell you what, it brought everyone back to the pack, that weather, because it just came down to who's going to dig in. And I'll tell you what, credit to everyone that played. It blew me away a bit. The boys had a serious crack. It was very intense. I thought blokes would just be keeling over backwards. I think we all were, but we were just putting in a shift for everyone. And bloody good day, well organised by Sports Shed, got the win. And hopefully maybe again next year in 25 degrees, I can try to do a bit more.
Yeah, well, a bit of SC Playbook representation. Rando stats guy bagging a brace, but not enough to get his boys home. So embarrassed by the loss was Rando that he's jumped on a plane to Vegas. So, yeah, he's getting away from it. Also with us today for the first time this pre-season, it's former NRL Supercoach, overall champion Dezzy Creek. Mate, you are back from a sabbatical in Sri Lanka, surfing, watching the World Cup. You witnessed one of the great feats of all time, and that was Australia losing to Zimbabwe. How are you?
I'm okay. You forgot to mention I got salmonella as well.
You got salmonella?
Yep.
Yeah. It's never straightforward with you, is it?
It's always something in the off season. But yeah, now I'm feeling okay. Over it now. Ready to get fucking back into it, you know.
Fired up, mate.
Let's go.
It's good to have you back on board, Dezzy. Also, if you heard a little chuckle from the background, it's Matty the Waterboy, and why wouldn't he be chuckling? The Bunnies are going to win the comp. All the doubters, all the critics out there are going to be shut up. I'm going to look like a champion for backing you. Mate, preseason couldn't have gone better for the Bunnies.
It's gone good. Those doubters included me, to be honest.
They did.
I didn't have South in my top 4. I don't know if I still do, but they look bloody good. That's all I'll say.
Mate, your reserve grade side beat the first grade Dragons in the Charity Shield.
Yeah, that was good.
Your first grade side looked unbelievable, so exciting times. Guys, let's get into today's show. Team List Tuesday, pointers, and the weekend winners and losers from week 3 of the pre-season challenge. Headline, Team List Tuesday, that is, of course, by Fletcher, Sharpe, and Dylan Brown, the new halves pairing up the Newcastle Knights. It is also our cheapie special. We're going to go through all the backline and forward cheapies. I've ranked them. The boys going to tear me apart. We're going to look at the must-haves in the cheapie brigade this season. Geez, we're going through a bit today. We've also got a Dezzy Creek team reveal, which always one of the most exciting times of the pre-season. There's often some rogue stuff in there, but will there be? Won't there be? We'll get to that a little bit later on in the show. Guys, I have 3 unlimited league codes for you with a whopping $6,500 up for grabs at SC Playbook. Number 1 is the SC Playbook code for $1,000 in cash. Code 479007. All of these codes will be in the podcast description, Spotify, Apple, YouTube. Secondly, beers and break-evens, $5,000 in cash alongside Rugby League Guru. Code is 968952. And the SC Playbook Annual Women's League run by the lovely Clementine Cassidy. 593,442, $500 up for grabs in that as well. As you know, if you're a subscriber, you get all the money. If you're a non-subscriber, you get half of it with the other half going to the top-ranked subscriber to knock us all off. And the SC Playbook Discord popping off. Channels for every single Supercoach code. Contributor only for our discussions, our community chat, our late mail and team news, weekly Q&As. I'm going to do a few of them this week, ramping up for round 1. Get in and check it out. If your subscription is active, simply go to your account on our SC Playbook website and click Connect. Discord. Finally, before you get into TLT, the SC Playbook subscription gets you access to a ton of extra premium articles on site each and every week of the preseason and throughout the year, including our updated team reveals, in-depth analysis, subscriber podcast questions, unlimited elite prize money, and more. We got Beers and Break-Even, subscriber-exclusive podcasts on our website right now. And, of course, cricket, EPL, NBA, NFL, AFL in studio. All of these codes covered on site and in the Discord. Go and follow along with those. That's all for less than $2 per week. To subscribe, head to scpublic.com.au and click subscribe in the menu. All right, boys, footy time, Team List Tuesday and weekend recap. Before we get into Team List Tuesday, I want to start with a few pointers that we took from the weekend. There were a lot of stronger sides running out on the weekend. Spy, I'll start with you, mate. Who are the eye catchers for you?
Eye catch on the weekend. I got a few, but not relevant for round 1, but the Tigers' left edge actually looked quite good. And I'm often sceptical of trials, but they played Penrith. Penrith don't produce rubbish. Like, you still have to look decent to play against a Penrith side. Yeah, it wasn't in the premiership, but I just thought Jerome Luai looked freer and lighter on his feet and just free, for lack of a better word. Samuel Afano, I think he'll have a big year ahead. Taylor May, that means really good service for Taylor May, so he's got to be right in the mix. I know he's got that round 1 bye, but he can play footy, that kid.
Let's say a world, Spy, where you're really keen on these Tigers players and you have this weird Tigers bias going on that you think they'll probably win the comp and not lose a game all year. Let's say in the hypothetical that you're really keen on 4, 5, 6 players and you genuinely think they could be starters. And for example, let's say it was the Bunnies for me. I'd be sitting there going, geez, I want a lot of them, but that round 1 bye, I don't want too many missing. How many could you start with from the West Tigers if they've caught your eye like they have to you?
1. Yeah, I wouldn't want
one.
Yeah.
1.
You think I'm all biased? I want 1. You got the bias. I want to start the season hot. You can always have a look around 2, 3 and get them in. 1 or 2.
At least 4
max.
for me. 4 are looking hot.
Boy, that's my answer. They do look good. Taylor May, I think, is an excellent
All
option.
right, let me rephrase.
Yep.
If they were playing round 1, how many would you have in your team?
Oh, of the Tigers?
Yeah.
I haven't really looked at them because they got the bye, but maybe 2.
What?
I'm not interested. I don't want round 1 bye guys.
You realise there's teams that have the bye in round
Madness.
2, 3, 4, 5 and
Yeah, I
6
don't
as
really
well.
have many on the bye for the first 5 weeks.
You have the Bunnies.
I've only got 2.
What, you're just completely potting the bye teams?
Well, not so much. I didn't go in and put a line through them, but any 50-50 callers went not interested. Next. I just think it's so wide open this season. There's so much opportunity across the board. I don't think you need many of them to start the year.
I think you're looking into the bye way too much.
This
Especially like week 1 where, I don't want to repeat myself too often, but notoriously not that high scoring games. I don't think there'll be heaps of points flowing, new combinations, all these sorts of things going on. You get to round 2. Like, I feel like every year we just end up with anywhere between 900 and 1,000 points. Some go a little bit over, some are a little bit below, and you're just getting an eye on things. You get to round 2 and that bye's gone.
Yeah, well, I've also don't have any more than 2 from any team, so that might answer your question. I've tried to divvy it across the board a bit this year, find value, not rely on. I remember starting with the Roosters about 3 years ago and they shut the bed basically. I was like,
Yeah, I was
I've
in
got
that
to get
boat
out of
as
it.
well.
So I'll just like differentiating across the board a bit and then we'll figure out what's happening and start getting the blokes in. So that's my answer.
All right.
off.
Dezzy, let's throw to you for a take, mate. Bit of rogueness from Spy early. Dezzy, what you caught your eye on the weekend?
I thought the Tigers, as well, very good. That left edge, Makasini and Taylor May. I think Taylor May is the guy that I want to get into my team as soon as possible. He looked outstanding. He was very close to scoring a try as well, and he got I think he would have got the assist for the Makasini one as well. Not sure though. Who else? Dewey looked good as well. I think Dewey can average 50 in base at halfback, which
I
is
love
like
Dewey. I always have.
he's crazy good. Plus the goal kicking was looking on on point as well from
He's
him.
just a super coach player, isn't he, Dezzy? Like,
He is.
everything he does just is point accumulation.
He's got grit. He's got hustle and bustle.
If someone started with Adam Doueihi round 1, I wouldn't knock it.
Yeah.
Great Supercoach player. He's an accumulator, right? Like goal kicking, runs a lot, tackles a lot, tackle bust, offloads, gets major attacking stats. I don't mind it.
He's not going to lose price, put it that way.
I like him a lot.
Yeah. And who else? Well, I guess of the fourth player would be Terrell, but in recent days it's come out that he has some sort of back issue, some lingering back issue. I think you could start with him at 800k as well, and he would still just do the exact same job he did last year.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all.
Even with like just a few less minutes, he could still just increase his PPM to negate that. But yeah, I think Tigers looked great.
For me, boys, shock horror, the South Sydney Rabbitohs. And I mean, I've spoken about a lot of them already, and the weekend just confirmed a lot of my thoughts. And one was Cody Walker, that sure he's aging, but as long as he's fit and on the field, I think he's the 5'8" to start for round 1. I think he's a tick under 400 grand. We know his ball changing isn't going to play. And the question was, all right, injuries, a bit older, is his explosiveness going to lose? He had 3 line breaks and just looked fantastic. And I was, relieved to see him look so good as someone starting him. But another part of me was kind of like, more people are going to jump on. I just think if there's no injury early on in the season, I don't see Spy how it goes wrong.
Yeah, obviously, assuming health, of course, it's kind of, that goes without saying with everyone. For me, Cody, he's such a natural and classy footballer that you've put better guys around him now. That left edge, he's just going to find ways to get points because he backs up well. You saw like Brandon Smith just had an offload through the middle. He was there.
Yeah.
Fafita's going to have offloads. Like, they're going to have to give attention. They can't just concentrate on him. His ball playing is so good. He'll run the ball well. He's just class. Whereas other blokes, you might look around him and say they're going to do really well with that edge, but they might just be the conductor and get blokes in positions where Cody, I think, just runs off the back of it really well. So at his price, I mean, huge injury risk, but he's like 398 or 400k or something. It's outrageous.
It's hard to knock out the price, but to play devil's advocate, they were playing Manly, and Manly did not look like they wanted to tackle. He was running through guys like Talkeaho, who
It was bad.
Yeah, it was, and he dropped the ball 3 or 4 times as well, which is unlike Walker. I mean, he had strokes of brilliance, don't get me wrong, but he looked like he was aging as well at the same time.
You thought he was aging?
At the
so
same time,
good.
he did, but he didn't. He did and didn't at the same time, to me anyway. That's what I got out of the game, and I took him straight out of my team.
You took him out based on that performance.
I took him out. I'm not even kidding.
Oh my God. Get on the next plane back
Manly
to Sri
were
Lanka.
dreadful. Manly were dreadful.
Welcome back, Dezzy. You're like,
Yeah.
because Manly was so bad, no one else could possibly be good from South.
Look, he's not going to be a bad buy. I'm not telling people don't buy Cody. I'm just saying I'm not going to do it. I'm not getting fooled by that one game.
Yeah, well, I love him. And when I say worst case is, like barring injury, he's a good buy. It's like he's priced on a 41-point average, obviously tweaked with the new scoring system. But even if he comes out and flops for like a 35-40 average and stays around the same price, I'm like, not ideal, but not the end of the world. We're not paying 500-600k for him. Boys, I'll tell you the other one for me in that game, and I can't get him into my team because I have too many Rabbitohs, but I haven't really given Campbell Graham any time of day this preseason, just because I was pretty confident the Bunnies would just be all down their left edge attack through Latrell and Dave Fafita and Cody Walker. And I still think they will dominate that edge, don't get me wrong. But from very early on in that game, they went right a lot. Cody Walker was playing both sides of the field. They looked very sharp. Now, we get to game day. They're still, I think, naturally going to favour the superstars on the left edge, but you got to remember this right edge. You've still got Tallis Duncan, you've still got Jack Whiten, you've still got Campbell Graham. Like, that's why I think they're going to be so good. But Spy, Campbell Graham, for anyone not, like yourself maybe, who's not, you've got 2 bunnies in your side. You said, I've got like 4 or 5 or something. At 431k, I think he can get back to that 35 to 40 base per game that we've seen in the past when he's fully fit. Try scoring opportunities. I think he's a good round 1 starter.
Absolutely no knocks in the world. Campbell's great. Again, injury history last year, but at the price, it's almost a bit of a free swing just to go. Is he going to get back to his best? How are the Bunnies going to look? I quite like it.
He averaged 44 last year in his 11 games, keeping in mind that there was injury niggles. He was back from not playing a game in 2024. Like, if he gets back to work rates of seasons prior, he'll nudge the 44 in base and power if he doesn't have tries and line breaks.
Yep, no, I'm a huge fan of him. Absolutely no knocks.
Spy, what else did you take from the weekend, mate?
My big two were Sammy Walker. Big concern was I wanted to start with him, but I was like, he's got a new halves partner. That typically takes time. But I think we were speaking the other week, and I said, wouldn't shock me to see Cherry go in there. He's a veteran. He's experienced. He's done it all. And just sit back, let Sammy do his thing, and Ches just plug in whenever he has to. And that's exactly what happened. Now, I try not to take too much from trials. Cody ran through a dead set wet paper towel at one point against Manly. But my point on Cody was he looked good doing it. He looked explosive, which was what I wanted to see. Sammy Walker was just getting every bit of ball he wanted. Cherry just sat out the back. Like, he was happy to do it. Like, I don't see why that changes. It's a credit to Cherry to do it. It's Sammy Walker's team. Cherry will be there. If anything is needed at any point in the game, he'll do it. But Sammy Walker's team, come off the back of last year. Roosters will be better. And second year back after an ACL, his running game, just confidence off that left foot. Looked really good. It didn't take me long to get him straight into my side.
As someone who genuinely battling for a gun halfback, I was very relieved to see Sammy Walker and Ches combine, not just combine relatively well, but as you said, Spy, Sammy just had the keys and Ches looked happy to do it. Can he do that come NRL game time when there are competition points in the line? We will see, but I'm very interested in Sammy Walker. Dezzy, anything else for you, mate?
Yeah, I thought Walker as well. I had him in my team, but then the Cleary getting off the charge, it made me flip him straight back out to Cleary because Cleary's just my man. Walker is not.
I had them both before lunch today.
You just don't like Walkers.
I do. I've owned all the Walkers in the past. I have owned them.
Any last names start with W?
Yeah, a bit of bias there. But I thought Angus Crichton also looked okay. And to start with him, I think he's around, what is he,
Tick over 600k, 610, I think.
I think that's a pretty good price.
I think it's a steal. I can't quite fit him in. I've got to figure it out.
I've got him.
Yeah. I'll throw one more out before we go on to the next topic. And he's going severely under talked about. And that's what I like. So I'm not going to say too much. But Reece Walsh in the cold English conditions, he still was just everywhere. And his confidence with the ball in hand to run the footy, which is what we've spoken about. I think that's the whole key to everything Reece Walsh. He ran the ball hard and I love him.
I've currently got 3 mid-range fullbacks. I think it'll be round 1, like full TLT, who we get. If I've got the extra 300k to make the moves to Walsh. If I want to do it, I can. But, you know, a mid-range around that 550 up to Walsh, you're looking at over 300k. Like it's a good chunk of money.
Yeah, he didn't goal kick, noticeably. But they wanted to win the World Cup Challenge. And we said the other week, does Reynolds maybe take those big moments when they want to, like Reynolds barely
No,
misses?
I think you're reading into that too much, Spy. If Adam Reynolds is healthy, I don't think he's going to do his hamstring kicking a goal.
He did last year from in front. He did his groin. And then Walsh kicked for like a month. So
that's so absurd.
Yeah, it's crazy. But it happens. Groins and goal kicking.
I retract my statement.
Yeah, groins and goal kicking are a thing. So I just think...
If there's any concerns on
any given week, my Reece Q just kicked today. Thank you.
Doing your groin kicking a goal from in front is so absurd.
I know.
Oh, my God. Yeah, okay.
And I just think if they're winning easy and they're going well, do they need him? Like round 1 versus Penrith, maybe Reynolds like, yeah, of course I'm kicking. But any other week, maybe Walsh just has some extra points. But we'll see. Either way, he looked unbelievable.
Yeah. That's going to plague me for another week, whether or not I start with him. Alrighty, boys. Team list Tuesday for the first round of the season over in Vegas. 2 games, starting with the Newey Knights and the North Queensland Cowboys, 1:15 p.m. Australian AEST time.
Come on.
We're excited. At the Newcastle Knights, their spine, which we've waited all pre-season for. Kalen Ponga at fullback, Fletcher Sharpe at 6, Dylan Brown at 7, Phoenix Crossland at 9, and Sandon Smith on the bench. Spy, you'd be a little sad, mate. You want a Dylan Brown at 5'8". Hoping to get Jules.
I shifted off him, so that's okay. And I wanted Fletcher in the 6, just because I love him. So, I said the other week, better than logic or something like that. Let's get him in and I cannot wait to see how Brown and Sharpe play together.
Are you tempted to start Fletcher Sharpe?
I was, but the guys I've found while waiting for this news, it's just not worth going up to him yet. No.
If Cody Walker did not look good, as per our eyes, not Dezzy's on the weekend, would you have gone Fletcher Sharpe, or were there others as well?
I would have been on Dezzy's 5'8", who I won't give away yet.
Okay.
That's who I would have been on. And actually, while we're on it real quickly, everyone's been asking me for team names and that. You have to lock it into the end of round 1, so I've just been not sure what I'll go with this year. Any recommendations, shout-outs? Got to be around Sean Johnson, Nathan Blacklock, or Noel Goldthorpe. But the one I was thinking about today is the F Sharps. Instead of the B Sharps, could be the Fletcher Sharps. There's something in that. So get back to me someone more
Shout out to
creative
the
than
B
me.
Sharp Simpsons for anyone who's going, what the hell is the spy on? The F Sharps.
They all know.
I don't mind it. It's pretty niche, but that's all right.
We'll come back to it. Yeah, so I don't have a team name yet is the answer.
If you've got any ripping team names, well, let us know in the YouTube comment sections. And if you can help the spy out, flick it in there as well.
I'll confirm next week what I'm going with. Dezzy,
any major takes on this one? The other one there was Trey Mooney getting the start. There was a bit of mail coming out just before team list that he wasn't going to get named to start. Don't know where that one came from, but Trey Mooney has been named to start at prop for the Knights alongside Jacob Saiviti. And the other one, boys, which really interests me, Jermaine McEwen, he had a sort of disrupted preseason. He was pulled out of the first trial. He played the second trial off the bench, came on and played some half-right minutes and got through plenty of work. The fact he's been named, good to go. I'm very interested in Jermaine McEwen again, Dezzy.
Yeah. I was keen on Dylan Brown as well if he got the duel. Got to say that. He would have been straight up in my favourite 5'8" spot. I've owned him there to start the season for the last 5 years, I think. Marzu as well. But yeah, I just think there's too many unknowns with the Knights so far that I just can't stack any of these guys in my team. I don't even have Mooney in my team, and he's owned by about 50% of super coaches. Because I just want to have a look. I want to see how it plays out. They could be a top 8 team. They could be coming first or second last.
Knights are copying a lot of hate. I reckon they'll go better than people think.
Yeah.
But NRL it's getting so much tighter, and you can improve a lot year on year and still not make the 8 now. It's hard to do. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone pretty hard on the pro old Knighties, and what I've sort of said is that I don't like them this year. I think some of their signings are excellent. The spine they've got and the depth they have. You look at Sandon Smith coming off the bench. He is every day a starting halfback in the NRL. Or I think 5'8" is his best position for what it's worth.
Yep.
I think they'll be good the following year. I think they need some reinforcements in the pack because I think they're light on. I just think this year with new combos, light on in the pack, that they'll struggle. They can win this game against the Cowboys, absolutely. Especially, you've harped on about it at times, Spy, but even in recent years when they've been poor, they've defended well for the most part of the year. I think they capitulated late last year, but going over to Vegas, first game of the year, if they defend well, that could be enough. There are enough guns in there to score points. So I do think they're in for a tough year. They could win against the Cowboys over in Vegas. Over at the North Queensland Cowboys, Jackson Purdue has been named to start in the centres alongside Tom Chester. Locking him, Tommy Chester, as a cheapie. I suppose we'll chat about him now, boys. And in the halves, it is Clifford and Tommy Dearden. Tommy Chester is about 216K, almost bottom dollar. Looks like a good buy. The Cowboys have a fantastic start to the season. The easiest in the competition, in my view. Zach Labert is out suspended the first 2 weeks. Does that make you nervous, Spy, around Tom Chester at all? Because there are some pretty good CT dub cheapies, along with a lot of what we believe to be undervalued centres in the game with the new stat system.
Does make me a bit nervous. The other option is Purdue back into 5'8", so there's easily a world where he holds a spot, and he's playing well. No doubt that happens. But yeah, if there was someone else, this is where it gets tricky with Vegas. We won't know the other centres till next Tuesday. We got to lock him in now if we want him. So at the moment, he's in my side. But yeah, if someone else bobbed up who I knew was definitely starting and locked in for long term, I'd prefer them over Chester. But let's see what Chester can do.
I think with Tommy Chester, again, worst case, let's say Labert does come back and take that spot by round 3. He's still only one injury or bit of bad form away from coming back in and getting that, the third price rise. That's provided there's not injuries in that time or someone plays poorly, whatever it might be. So, if he plays well, they'll find a spot for him in that backline. Yep. So, I'm keen on him. Dezzy elsewhere. Heelan Lukey starts on the edge alongside Sam McIntyre. Reid Marnie starts at 9. This is just a weird one under the new system. Sonny Luke in the 14. I think Reid Marnie will play 80. I was sort of thinking Sonny Luke would be named maybe 18 or 19 and just be there as sort of cover for him. Does it change that he was 14, not 18 or 19? I just don't know. It's the first time we've seen the 6-man bench. So
we don't know, do we?
We don't know.
But if I'm owning Reed, I'm very nervous.
Yes. Dezzy, who catches your eye at the Cowboys?
Well, I guess I'll give it away now.
No, don't. Save your 5'8".
All right.
I think he's just giving it away.
We're giving
Not
it away.
everyone knows as much as us.
True.
It's just one position I'm giving away. Jackson Purdue. I've got him at 5'8". I really like centers under the new scoring system, and I really like having that sort of thing in a different position. If you can get away with it, you may as well. That's how I won Supercoach, by stacking my center wing with second row forwards. So
no, I love it.
I like doing stuff like that. I think you can get a massive advantage off it. And I think Purdue has proven himself over last season that he's a Supercoach gun. He's got low scores in him for sure, but he's got extremely high scores. Chester, I don't have him currently, but I think that I'll happily bring him in if he is able to hold the spot.
I think Purdue, I've used the same example as Latrell, where when you buy him, you're going to have him ideally for like the first 5-6 weeks. There's season keeper potential in both of these guys. I think there will be some lower scores. Like, I think they'll both have 30s in their game early, but I think it'll balance out with some 80s and 90s, which hopefully, sits on a 65, 70 average, or maybe a little bit optimistic. But I just think the reality is that there are going to be guys, as we see every year, and Purdue or Latrell could be a perfect example, that could score 30 in round one. It's like, guys, it's week one. It's going to happen. We know it is. Chill.
We don't know how this stadium's going to play either. Whether they want it high scoring or low scoring. Last year, I recall it was like they wanted close games, but not as many points. Could change up, and they might want lightning fast ground with a hell of a lot more points.
As far as Dezzy concerns, this one's already been pre-written. It's up to the refs and Volandis, is it?
Yeah, of course.
I did say last year coming in, I'm like, you can obviously play around with the game a little bit by calling really hard on 6 agains and keeping it free-flowing on the smaller fields. Like, there is an opportunity to do that.
Well, you look at it, there was,
reasonable.
Panthers and Sharkies last year. There was 50 points scored in that one, which when you look at lines and that sort of stuff in NRL, sort of on par with an average scoring game. I don't know what the exact points are.
That's heaps for round one.
For round one,
Penrith
yes.
Sharks?
It changes late, yeah. Yep. For Penrith Sharks, well, two very good defensive outfits. Raiders and Warriors, 38. That was unders for sure. If we go back to 2024 and look at round one there over in Vegas, I think there was a lot more from memory. Yeah, Seagulls and Bunnies had 60, and then Roosters and Broncos were 30. So as we said, it's hard to guess. What I do know is ground is thinner. I think it becomes harder to sort of strip numbers and score in the corner a little bit. I do still think that, they're trying to put on a show in the States and launch the season with points.
Yeah,
they do.
I just think more free-flowing, more 6 agains, less penalties. They have to. It's on show. So put it this way, I wouldn't be concerned about smaller field and less points.
Yeah, me, not at all. Happy just to roll with it.
All righty. Moving on to the next game. Where were we? Doggies.
Just on Trey Mooney quickly.
Yes.
If he could start on the bench on Sunday, it could just happen. There'll be mass panic. I'm not overly concerned. I still think he gets good minutes regardless. He's huge PPM. I'm not going to... Oh, you know what? I'll probably... That's a lie. I'll probably go to Jermaine McEwen if he starts on the bench. But I don't think you have to drop him if he goes to the bench. If he plays in the middle, they'll have a plan for him regardless of whether he starts or not in terms of that minute mark.
Do you think he's a must-have? Maxi Bryden was in my ear trying to tell me he's a must-have. You've got to get him in.
He could prove to be a must-bring in coming weeks, but not many people this year are a must-have. There might be...
I don't have him.
I reckon the only must-haves are probably David Fafita at the price and like maybe Keeney at the price. But outside of that, yeah.
Got something to say on that later.
I bet you do, because everyone loves him.
Only broke 13 tackles on the weekend. Out of my team. Trey Mooney, my thing with him is that the Knights are light on for forwards, but he's been around for a fair while. I think he's going to be a very good buy, and I think there's a huge chance that I'm buying him by round 3. But at 442k, it's an awkward price. He averaged 39 minutes per game last year and 57 points per game. He could play 45 minutes per game. He could play 50. And it's like, all right, there might be a bit of value in him early, especially with some additional tackle stats. But I think especially since the new system has come in, I think there's a lot of players that are undervalued. And He went at 1.47 ppm last year. Like, that's monstrous. I don't think he keeps that up with extent if he does increase his minutes. And yeah, I think he's a good starting player. I think the prospect of Jermaine McEwen playing 80 minutes is potentially a better buy.
I could flip him.
If McEwen didn't have any preseason concern and I knew he was going to get his 80, which was expected, he'd be in my team. I still might start with him. Thomas Cant on the bench, and whether they're like, oh, he's had some niggles, let's play him 50 or 60 minutes, that makes me a bit nervous. So, and unfortunately, they're questions that we're not going to have answered. So we'll watch this space. All right, Doggies Dragons, 3:30 p.m. in Las Vegas, AEDT. Doggies, Jacob Kiraz named despite a preseason injury concern. Good to go, as is Matt Burton, who has overcome that hamstring injury suffered in the trial game in the halves alongside Lachlan Galvin. Bailey Hayward starts at 9, has the full-time role, probably to himself now. I don't know if he'll get the 80 or not, but a decent pickup anyway. And Leo Thompson, we know he is out. Samuel Hughes gets the starting spot alongside Max King. Spy, I'll start with you. I mean, the team is as expected. We think Stephen Crichton is going to play left edge and Bronson Sherry right edge as per the trial. We'll chase that up and confirm that before round one. Look, there's going to be captain's runs and all sorts of stuff. We've got Guru eyes on the ground over there. He'll be at captain's run and training run, so we'll know what's going on there. I'm keen on Crichton. Anything new or surprises from the Doggies?
Kiraz named is just noteworthy because he wasn't guaranteed to start, but he's obviously in, which is someone without him in my side I don't like to see because I might have to bring him in now. But they got the ball
the
round
same
too.
way, yeah.
So yeah, you can probably wait till sort of my first two upgrades for the year might be Crichton and Kiraz from the Dogs and the Centres. But again, just with so many quality options, I'd just prefer Iro over Kiraz, who doesn't have the bye. Like, that's just a lot of ways I've gone this year. I'm like, I see them very similar, so why not take the bloke that plays the first?
Plus, I think with wingers like Kiraz, I just think they're around about their starting value. As you said, we know a lot of the best attacking plays in the game erupt in those bigger scorelines late in the season. Less tries, less attacking stats, all that early on. And, I know I harp on about it, centres undervalued. I'm just viewing, barring one player who's coming to my team, we'll get to that later, I'm just viewing like these centres as the ones to target early at CT dub rather than wingers. And then, like, I've got Stephen Crichton in my team right now. I'll probably go Crichton to Kiraz by, round 5, 6, 7, whatever it might be.
I'll throw one thing against you there, Timo. And it's, you said it last week, centres are undervalued, but they still have to get those opportunities in the first 6 weeks. Whereas Kiraz, we know what he's going to do. He's going to have a million hit-ups, offloads, tackle bus, and score a few tries. So we know that already. My
concern with Kiraz and Valentine Holmes is that they both had preseason injury concerns. Valentine Holmes in particular, because it was a hamstring. And I think I said this last week, but if they were playing round 1 in Australia, would they be playing this game? Probably. But if there was any concern, like, you imagine how badly these guys want to play in Vegas.
Of course.
They are trying to sell themselves to their coaching staff every little bit that they can.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong. I don't want to cause panic. There's every chance they come out, get through fine, kill it, look normal, and all is well. I just think with a round 1 team, when, to your point, there's so many great options, it just has me wary.
What will be good, and I just thought this on the run, but people are probably ahead of me on this one, but if Kiraz comes out and looks phenomenal and scores 110, we then have a whole week to set your side up, and you might even set your rounds 1 side up to get someone in round 2
leave cash.
if you have to, or round 3. It doesn't have to be Kiraz. It could be anyone from this weekend. Maybe Drinkwater scores 150 and you go, oh man, I'm going to have to get him. And you just set your side up so you can just go bang in round 2. Something to keep in mind. Come Monday, we'll be able to do that and react.
Desmond, Doggies. Who do you like?
Doggies.
Or don't like?
I like them all. You know what? I had a dream the other night that the Bulldogs win the comp this season.
Nice.
That'd be so good.
I don't know if it's going to happen, but that was the dream that I had.
Do you reckon Dreesy gets into the afters? He'd want to.
Yeah.
Especially after this comment.
Yeah. But yeah, I really like Crichton as well. I think he can really turn up with the new rules. Galvin is another one that I've always liked. Galvinator. If he can come out and do his thing, he can definitely be undervalued. How much is he priced at?
About 557 off the top of the melon. Let's have a look.
I think he could he's also one of those halves who makes a lot of tackles.
5.55 cheapest chips.
He's gonna definitely go up in price, I'd say.
Keep in mind, look, when he had that disrupted end to his time at the Tigers, he started at the Dogs, had a couple of games off the bench. I think he's 100% undervalued. Another one where if anyone starts with Galvin, I say good luck to you. I think by end of season he's that 650 plus K.
Yep,
Definitely.
Yes. Over at the St. George Illawarra Dragons, Moses Sully and Val Holmes in the centres. Interesting to note, sounds as though Val's is moving to right centre. Moses Sully to left. Setu 2, Cheapie, right wing. Will now play outside Valentine Holmes rather than Sully. Both good places to be, but I would prefer to be outside Val Holmes. And I also think there's just going to be a natural tendency to go to your star centre, which is Val Holmes. I like this for Setu too. I think it makes him more playable. I wouldn't play him this week against the Doggies on the smaller field in Vegas, but I think you lock in Setu too. David Farley, the other one that we're keeping an eye out for, he's named in 19th man. So he's missed out on a spot there. In the pack, Toby Couchman starts at front row with Emre Gula. Luciano Leilua wins the edge back row spot alongside Jaden Sewer. Hamish Stewart starts at lock. Sneaky little one there. Bench of Sele, Kerr, Laurie, Couchman, then 18 and 19 for King Tongia and Fale. Spy, who do you like at the Dragons? What sort of caught your eye there?
Well, I am playing Setu 2 this week.
Are you?
The way I've set up my centres, it's 3 quality players and then 4 cheapies.
You think he's the best play of the cheapies this week?
Maxini's on the bye. That would have been him.
That's true. Makes it tough.
Fayamani for the Titans.
Yeah.
He's got a pretty good work rate, doesn't he? So
They've got the Sharks.
I'm chucking him in
Play the
over 2.
Sharks. And it's Chester versus Knights, who I'm backing to turn up defensively early in the year. So I'm like, might be the best of the cheapie bunch.
They're all pretty ranked
And
plays this week, aren't
what
they?
he could do, what I do like about wingers, he can walk 2 steps and he might just pop one down without doing anything. That's 30 points. Thanks for coming. So
Well, that's
you can get lucky on your day, which is why I like cheapie wingers sometimes. Just to hopefully bag one. He might bag 2. Who knows?
Dezzy?
Yeah, I've tossed up between 2 and the Titans bloke. I've landed on the Titans guy.
Yep.
I saw it off. I think the Titans can really be the surprise packet of the year.
Grand final versus the Dogs.
No, don't think so. I don't think they're going to get that far, but I think they won't be too far off the top 8 this season. I think we can see them move off the bottom, quite a significant jump off the bottom for the Titans. They looked really, really solid. Like, just think new coach, the attack looked the same. It looks like they still can put on heaps of points, but the defense for me was a lot better, albeit against like Melbourne's 3rd reserves. But I still thought they looked really good. And yeah, Val Holmes I think is always going to be Supercoach relevant. If I had the money, I would be getting him probably over Kiraz just because of that goal kicking advantage. Plus in the centres, I think you can't go past it. And Couchman as well. I've chucked him in. I guess I'll give this away as well. I've chucked him in as my front row forward 2 next to Payne Haas.
Don't ever besmirch Jacob's name again, mate.
I was about to say, what the hell does Birch mean?
Besmirch. Yeah, walk into that one.
Make it a thing. All right, boys, let's get into I've got a full article with the team list and Supercoach analysis on site around those 4 team lists. But let's get into our cheapie rankings. And how are we going to do this? I've ranked the cheapies on site at scplaybook.com.au. We're going to have a chat about each player, and basically there's red flags around all of them. And you can boys can pick my rankings apart. We'll talk about these players. We'll start with the backline. They are split into 2 articles, but backline at number 1 is Jonah Pezzett at 235k, 5'8" for the Parramatta Eels. Boys, and when I have these cheapie rankings, I've taken into consideration a lot of factors. So a cheapie to me is anyone under 350k. Coming into consideration is anything from their price to their job security to their scoring potential. I'm not actually that keen on the scoring potential of Jonah Pezzett. I don't really want to have to rely on playing him too often, if ever. But I do think starting price, job security are all fantastic. Spy, happy with him up top?
Are you telling me you factored in more than Dezzy when making a decision?
This is why Dezzy and I balance each other out well. I overthink, he underthinks, and hey, look, they both have their own merit.
Just land there in the middle somewhere. Well, there's no one else at 5'8", so you kind of have to pick him.
Yeah.
That being said, I've long been a Peasant fan. He'd probably go right because he's a good player, but I don't know how friendly his Supercoach game is. But again, there's no one else. So just put him in and see what he can make money.
Melbourne Storm, week 1 down there. I would definitely not be playing him. He'll probably score 20 in round 1. Don't panic.
Yep.
Melbourne round 1. They haven't lost in Melbourne, and you'll hear this a million times in promos before next week. Haven't lost there since 2001. Do you know? Trivia question. I'll throw this to you as well, Matty.
Who was it?
Who beat the Melbourne Storm in 2001 round 1? Give you one guess each.
Parramatta?
Roosters?
Sharks.
Doggies.
Okay.
There you go. Dezzy, Pizzette, lock and load.
Yeah, definitely. I think you've got that one, nailed it on the head. Number 1, straight in. He's reserve 5'8" for me.
Yep. Look, 2 and 3 are a package deal. Well, not a package deal, sorry, but they are in terms of our conversation. This is so tough. Daniel Atkinson, 235k available at halfback. Ethan Sanders, 246k available at halfback. I have Daniel Atkinson narrowly ahead of Sanders. Not confidently. I do have confirmation. Ethan Sanders will goal kick for the Canberra Raiders, which is a huge factor, of course. I have Atkinson slightly ahead. In his 15 games of 80 minutes back in 2024 at the Sharkies, he averaged 45.53 points per game. Very solid for a bloke currently priced at 235, who will be a pretty not a dominant half, but a lot more there than he will when he was at the Sharks. The lone 80-minute game he played last season in round 27, that was against the Doggies for 51 points. Ethan Sanders gets his chance at the Raiders with Kobe Black looming. I just think Atkinson has runs on the board. He has experience. And as ordinary as the Dragons were in the Charity Shield spy, he's got a really good running game. He has a good support play. I think he's going to accumulate more points than Sanders. And then I look at Sanders and go, he's playing behind this gun pack of the Raiders with the goal kicking. Who have you got?
Honestly, who knows?
I know. Seriously.
That's actually a next week. Oh, no, it's this week decision.
It's a this week decision,
I kind of like that Atkinson is a ball running fella.
Yes.
Gives him a bit of a floor. Look, Sanders goal kicking. If he kicks 5 from 5, that's 20 points. Have some try assists with the boot. Ethan Strains is a noted kicker of the ball.
5 from 5 early on the season. Raiders with a relatively tough draw early, very optimistic.
Tough draw helps.
Very optimistic.
And I just meant there is a world where he has a try assist and he kicks 5 goals and straight away he's 32 before he does anything. That being said, I'm going to go Atkinson at this point in time. But honestly, I'll figure out a way to flip that coin before Sunday.
Dezzy, who you got?
I've gone Sanders. Against the grain again. Well, probably not so much against the grain. I think they're both pretty high ownership players, right? Both around 50% ownership. So, yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with either of these guys. In fact, a lot of people will probably run both of them.
What are your thoughts on that?
I don't mind it. Especially under the new scoring systems. I think you can get away with it. It's almost like the new double cheap hooker is now just the double cheap halfback.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Do you know why? Because I reckon we're still going to be wanting 2 gun halves sooner rather than later, and it's a lot of coin to go from 2 cheapies to 2 guns. I just think you want someone in there who you're probably like a Sammy Walker type, if not a Cleary. I think it's good you've got Cleary because I said it the other week. You've already got him then. You don't have to figure out how to get up to your gun halfback.
What I would say, Spy, is I see your sentiment. We do have the flex position where, let's say you've got 3 fullbacks or 3 centers or whatever it is. Again, the reality is one of these guys is either going to get injured or dropped or score poorly. If need be, you could flip one of those players to a gun half. You still have to play one of the dirt
in your flex.
Halfbacks. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but it's just interesting. Worth noting, Sanders' goal kicking career 66%. It's not very bloody good.
Yeah,
that's in Reggie's. So whether he's improved, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? And look, you know what? The decision probably won't haunt anyone.
No.
The answer.
Gee, I hope I get it right though. I would hate, and there's every chance it happens. I'd hate to round 4 or round 5, whoever I pick, and I said at the moment it's Atkinson. It probably will be Atkinson. Gets dropped. Sanders averaging
forced into a trade.
It's it's not the end of the world by any means.
It's a nuisance,
but it's one that I'd love to dodge. Boys, at number 4, Setu 2 Dragons on the wing. I love the way the Dragons use the footy. They have a lot of success on the edges. They have good ball playing centres. They have good set plays. Lock and load.
definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Saints wing is a great.
Yeah.
spot to be.
Hamasi Makasini, 235k. Seriously, like, the bloke can't have done more in the trials. If he was playing under Wayne Bennett or Craig Bellamy, there'd be a little bit of nerves around, do they just take time to blood him and ease him in? That's not Benji Marshall. Benji's licking his lips going, yes, please. He's in my team despite the round 1 bye, despite the slightest bit of concern over him starting. Worst case scenario, Skelton comes in, starts round 1. Makasini doesn't. He's 1 injury away. It's not the end of the world. Yep.
He's outrageously good.
Anyone who can run over Dylan Edwards like that, get him in.
Man, he's good.
Boys, here's a little flyer for you that hasn't been a lot of chat around this week. Unfortunate injury to Xavier Coates. But it's opened, so it was an Achilles injury, so he's out for 3 months or so, potentially even a little bit longer. Moses Leo, Kiwi rugby convert, 235k. Storm have a reasonable run to start the season. I suspect he'll start on the wing. I'm tempted to start him in my team. If there wasn't any Zach Lomax shadow lingering, I would 100% have him. Lomax worries me a little bit. That being said, the Eels are really digging their heels in. Doesn't sound like there's been a lot of development there around him starting. So I said, if I was to start, or we were to start Moses Leo, you don't have to be there all season. Like, if he gets 4, 5, 6 games in or something, in a good attacking team with a decent draw, I like him, Spy.
This is where we need the team list for next week, and we're guessing because it's got to be Chester now or Moses Leo next week.
If I started Moses, it'd probably be at the expense of Tom Chester.
Yep. So you're taking the punt, and then if he doesn't get named, you're sort of in a hole there, or there might be someone else, there might not be, but it's part of the fun and games of Vegas. What I will say is that on the trial on the weekend, he missed one of the worst tackles I've seen in a long time. That's a big call, but
Bellamy would have taken that well.
But maybe it's a little learning experience, or maybe Bellamy went line through you for 6 weeks, mate. Like, I don't know. And he did something else. He threw a 3-metre forward pass. He played in the left centre role for a lot of the game. It was just very raw stuff. He also made a really strong line break, but got bundled into touch. So that's 3 things. I just wonder if it's like, mate, we like you, but you've still got a bit to go. I don't know.
I believe the next in line will be Marion Seve, who we know has played centre in the past, so it would force a bit of a shake-up, but... Yeah,
but wish we knew. If we get some confirmation, I'd love to start.
I know. And then I do have Tommy Chester at 7. I've currently got him behind Moses Leo, but again, we're guessing, really. What we're not guessing about is that Tom Chester has been named. He will be playing, but I expect Moses Leo to as well. And then your boy, you could nearly throw a blanket over these two. I've got Fayamani, 201k at the Titans. Are we confident that he's named to start next week?
Fairly confident.
Yep.
He looked very good. He was running the ball a lot, and to me the Titans look good. Like he looked like he belonged in that team straight away.
Spy, anything to add?
Nothing further. Again, it's a bit of guesswork this time of season. Obviously by next Tuesday we'll have full team list, but we're going to have to make decisions around Chester now. So look, anyone that's named and playing, it's probably not a bad place to start, is
agreed. I will have, and we all will actually. Still waiting on your team reveal, Dezzy. You come back from Sri Lanka, so I've let you off the hook for now. But Spy, our team reveals up on site at the moment will be updated in coming days and with any changes, along with in our Discord chat as well.
The update on the weekend, I've had, my whole base is still the same. I've just had 2 or 3 things I'm thinking about. And
little Sammy Walker size changes.
And it's a little bit exciting. My flex has become very interesting.
All righty, guys, before we get to our forward cheapies coming into 2026, make sure you get your financial goals for the year sorted in style. If you're looking at getting into the housing market for the first time in 2026 as a goal, get the journey started. Book in with the team at Mortgage Choice SCW. You might be making that leap into the investment market or saving some cash by refinancing your current loans, whatever it is you're after. Paddy and the team at Mortgage Choice, Sutherland, Cronulla and Wollongong, they'll get you started on the right foot. Best of all, it's free of charge because you listen to the SC Playbook podcast. Simply mention SC Playbook. When you get in touch, get a free consult worth $129. To do so, hit them up on Instagram at mortgagechoice_SCW or give them a buzz on 02 9521 1611. Paddy will be on the show, not next week, but after round 1, picking his team from scratch from round 2. He's going rogue. He's putting my theory to the test.
How good.
And we're going to pick it and have a bit of fun with it.
Well, we love Paddy.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going all in on it. So
keen.
can see how it plays out. All right, forward, cheapies, boys. Now, starting at number 1. Now, there's a bit of a controversial one because I've seen him moving up and down to other people's orders and cheapie rankings online, etc. Josh Paxton, boys, expected to start on the edge for the Gold Coast Titans. Failed a concussion on the weekend. It's a big turnaround between play because of the week off. 275K. If he's a starting edge back rower, boys, you could move him around this list, but there are not red flags. There are question marks around every player on this list. I think Paxton is a 60 to 80 minute starting edge for the Titans. Spy, I've got him at number 1. What are your thoughts?
If he's named to start, very hard to go past, and there's a lot of question marks in the forwards in general, I think, for cheapies. So, yeah, if he's starting back row for Titans, you'll love it. And he's hard to go past, that's the answer. And if he's not, then we put a line through him.
Dezzy, you reckon the Titans are going to win the comm? What are your thoughts?
I thought he looked really good. He had a bit of Beau Fermor about him. And you know what, boys? He put in a little grubber kick for a forced dropout, and I was sold. I was like, yep, that's my guy.
Would you say you love a
He has the
kick?
audacity to do that in the opening 10 minutes for his first real proper game and get the forced dropout. That's all I need to see.
Would you say you're always on the lookout for a kick-hungry back rower?
Of course you are. You've got to be.
Shout out Wade Graham.
You can't,
Wade
can't
Graham.
do Supercoach can't win Supercoach without having at least
Angus
an eye
Crichton
out.
will do it as well. The top tier guys, they'll put in kicks if they need to. But yeah, it's a sign of obvious skills that you want to see.
Shout out to forwards who don't mind putting it on the toe. I was recovering from a mate's Bucks party Sunday afternoon and had the Sports Shed charity game on. Hainsey off a quick tap. It wasn't a quick tap. It was a tap, defensive line set, 10 out, just put it on the boot and tried to go through the line. One of the most all-time optimistic plays. How good was it?
He got hooked.
Did he?
I was actually I had to go for a spell just for that.
Yeah.
And we're both like, what are you doing, Hainsey? And the coach, trademark, who is a legend, by the way, he's such a good fellow, was coaching because he was busted, goes, Hainsey, get the F off. But he got it back. He dived on, or someone dived on
They got the ball back. All was well.
What I was going to say was, what was it?
Kicking forwards, Josh Paxton.
Forward,
Dezzy sold.
Something else. What I was going to say, you've come back from Sri Lanka, Crook. Are you sure he didn't dream this kick and go? Or anyway, regardless, he's a good option.
I'm fairly sure I saw it.
Boys, one of the big winners from the trials, huge winner from the trials is Brandon Smith. The Charity Shield, the Bunnies 3 out of reserve grade outfit, won, incredibly. Peter Mamazella started and played number 9 in big minutes. Brandon Smith didn't feature. The following week, they run out a full-strength team, near enough. Brandon Smith starts at number 9, 235K, available at hooker, former Dalian medal winning number 9. My suspicion is that he will start at 9 for the Bunnies, do the grunt work in the first 20 minutes defensively, shift to a middle forward role. Hard to place, but Matty, I reckon for Cheese, I'm thinking a 50 to 60 minute role, probably closer to 50, but a 235K, lock and load.
Yeah, I saw some chat that people were going off him after the weekend, but the weekend is not a reflection of not at all. South, he just needed to get out there and he showed what his first role is going to be, but no, he's going to play much more than that. So yeah, I agree. I reckon he'll come on. He'll start. He might go off, and then we'll see him again later in the game. And
I even think now, I had him in my team if he was coming off the bench because I thought he'd play middle role and spend some time at 9. Starting just is encouraging for minutes, but I even think if you're starting 9, is off for a week or has a bye or whatever, I think he's a viable play for that 35, 40 points. I wouldn't probably do it early until we get an idea of his regular minutes and the exact role, but boys, I've got him at number 2.
He's my number 1, actually.
Yeah,
Brandon Smith. The reason being, I know he's playing that role.
You don't know how many minutes, though.
But it's going to be at least 40.
Yeah.
Whereas any of the other guys could get dropped, hooked, anything, any week. Smith is in barring injury, so he's my number 1.
Yeah. I know we're guessing here, but if Paxton comes out and plays 80 round 1, that'd change it?
Well, we won't know he's playing 80. That's
No, we don't.
Yeah.
Like I said,
The answer is I've definitely got both if they're named.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
doesn't,
But you've got...
My point is Smith, we know he's locked in. Paxton by round 3, who knows? Anything could happen.
Dezzy?
Yep, lock and load.
Boys, huge watch at the Melbourne Storm on the edges. Atavalu Lasati, 269k. Joe Chan, 309k. All the hype was around Lasati starting on the edge. Looking like maybe Joe Chan could get the nod now. Again, we don't know. What we do know is Trent Loiero is out suspended for the first 2 games. I wanted to lock Lasati into my team like most. Lasati could now start at 13 for Loiero until Loiero comes back. If Lasati goes well there and Chan starts slow, whatever it might be, Loiero will come back and start at 13. Lasati could go to the edge. Chan could drop to the bench. Lasati could drop to the bench. I'm nervous, Spy.
I've sacked a pair of them. I didn't sack Chang because I didn't have him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say I'm not interested. I like the look of my forwards lineup now without either of them. I don't have to worry about it. And if one of them's killing it early season, I'll jump on them.
I am thinking similar. I think if Lasati's named on the edge and Chan isn't locked and loaded.
Oh, yeah, that would be different.
Yeah, if Lasati's locking Chan's edge, I'll probably just wait and watch. Because what we do know is that at least Loiero's back round 3. So we'll get that team list and we'll know. So if it was the next round, you'd still be sort of guessing on what their regular roles are. But if you don't start with either and one of them's killing it and looks set for big minutes in a certain role by round 3, at least we can get them. Dezzy?
Yeah, I've got Lasati. I think it's much to much though. It's not gonna be a decision that makes or breaks the opening Supercoach of this. It's not gonna be anything that causes dramas for you. I don't think.
I've just dropped him down to Walsh from the Cowboys. He's my one dual position centre back rower for 65k. There's a bit I can do with 65k. So for a bloke I can't rely on, I'd just rather do that at this stage.
You've moved him to injured Walsh.
Yep.
Rank. At number 4. And to be honest, I'd probably put Jesse Colquhoun above the Storm pairing now. I've kind of got the Storm pairing there as a optimistic that like Lasati starts on the edge. It's more Lasati than Joe Chan, for what it's worth. I don't really want to start Joe Chan.
Yep.
That's Lasati at number 3. Jesse Colquhoun, though, 332k, dual to our front row forward. Cam McInnes. He won't be there for the start of the season. I just like him. I think he looks like a good footballer. He get through plenty of work. He's priced on a 34-point average from 31 minutes per game last year. In games over 35 minutes, he averaged 46.2 per game with 42.8 in base. Dezzy, do you own Jesse Colquhoun?
I do.
Yeah.
I have him in my A team. In fact, I've got the reserve on him. I think he'll score 50 points pretty comfortably.
Yeah, I'm excited.
That should be good enough.
Spite?
Love him in my side. Lock and load.
Number 5, Taniela Paseka, 328k. 2024, prior to his ACL injury, he averaged 45 points per game. Back to 2023, he averaged 54 points per game. His price is reduced on limited games last season to that 328k mark at front row forward. I've got him, boys. I think most people should have him. I think you need to reserve expectations. The big fella is coming back from a lengthy injury layoff. I think he's going to be just your typical slow burn, front row forward cash cow. I think we're probably going to have him around 8, 9, maybe even 10. I think his minutes are going to increase. I think we'll sell him for 140 odd K. He'll do a job. He'll be playable when needed, but I won't really want to. What are your thoughts, Spy?
Yep, Manly need him, and he's a good player, so I think he'll be there and about. And yeah, if we can sell him for 500k or something, laughing. I do think he could prove to be some decent early bench coverage. Like on those, when South had the bye, for example, and we all have a few out, you can come in and do a job, 40, 50 points. And from memory, I could be just mixing up my Manly fours, but I think he's got a try on him, doesn't he? Now and then. He jags the odd 80, 90 here and there.
He's a behemoth. But like,
yeah,
he's a pretty mobile behemoth.
Yeah. So I don't mind him.
Dezzy, you're a Manly
I am,
stalwart.
but you know what, boys? I have 0 Manly players to start in my squad.
Why don't you have Paseka?
Because I have Colquhoun instead. That's just it. I mean, it's 50-50 between them. Paseka probably has like a slightly higher ceiling and like they're going to rely on him more. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to go the zero Manly route and hope that the gods, the Supercoach gods, reward me.
I'm very intrigued in your front row. Actually, I don't know if we're still doing reveal today or next week, because we can talk today. But I'm very keen to hear who your front row is without.
Put it this way, I think I don't. Like I'll have him. I think I'll have him anyway. I think you could not start Paseka and pick him up in round 5 or 6 when more minutes come along with match fitness, and he's like 360, 370k. He's about 30 or 40k, which you'll have missed nothing.
I guess Flegler's there as well, so he's just as good an option.
Number 6, boys, Cooper by. He's one that I find tricky. I suspect he'll come off the bench. I don't know what his minutes are going to look like. Jamin Jolliffe is out for the season. This could shift Tino Suomalawi to prop. Maybe Cooper By starts at lock. Even if this does happen and say Chris Randall starts at lock, I think he's a pretty good buy. He's young. He's like 18 or 19. Is he going to play 30 minutes or 50 minutes? I'm not sure. Is he in your team, Spy?
To be honest, I don't know much about him.
He's young.
He looked good.
Gee, I hear the hype. So.
Son of Marcus. Titans have just re-signed him long term. He's a gun.
Any son of Marcus, I'm keen to get on.
Yeah.
But yeah, back row, 235k. Where do I fit him? Look at my own side here.
He had a bit of Jazz Tavanga about him running the ball.
A jazzy.
Yeah.
A taller Jazz.
Yeah.
Got to put the hand up and say I need to probably look into him a bit more. I know he hasn't probably played much, but try to find some reserve grade stats. And
He's a gun. Queensland 19s, I think he was. He's a very good footballer.
I watched him in 19s last year.
The only question is, do they ease him in or do they go, screw it, he's ready? And from what we've seen, he debuted last year and looked fantastic. Do we just go all in on him? We don't know.
I do love a prospect. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah.
I just have to make the decision for Sunday because that's my injured dual Cowboy spot. That's where he would come in.
Yeah.
Again, it's awkward. It's tricky.
Tommy Flegler, boys, at 346k, was outstanding in the trials. I have Tommy Flegler pinned in that Taniela Paseka category where I reckon I'll own him. I reckon I'll get him about round 5 or 6, thereabouts, when he gets match fitness back up and the minutes increase. Dezzy, seriously though, he looked fantastic in the trials. The other issue is, and if you flicked Flegler and Paseka around clubs, I would play Flegler because Manly need middles. The Dolphins are freaking stacked. So I'm avoiding him, but I don't mind the pickup. I can see myself grabbing him round 5 or 6. Do you have him?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
I do. So that gives Spy my 4 front row.
There
We've
you go.
basically got through half my team reveal here. But yeah, I've got Flegler. I think he's good enough to start with. He's got an offload in him. He's got a tackle bust. I think he'll do a good job and he'll make money.
Yeah. I think he'll be that sort of, there'll be times in the year and probably one mid-year where he goes 550 plus, potentially comfortably.
Yeah.
Again, he was off. He didn't play for 2 years. It's a long time. Bailey Hayward, number 8, 343k. But I actually don't mind him, and I think he'll improve under the new system. I think unless you're running double cheapie hookers, which I don't think you need to do, I think there's enough value elsewhere. Bailey Hayward, I think you're better off going the cheese and someone else combination.
Agree. I think it's a really awkward price until we know his minutes and how he's going to play, because if he's just going to distribute a lot, I don't know what he's going to score. He's going to be that bloke you pay that little bit extra for, as like a cheapie, but a slightly more expensive cheapie. If he's going to average 38 or 40, it's a bit of a waste just stuck in the middle. And as you said, Timo, if he comes out and he's playing 80 minutes, averaging 50 plus, sweet, we'll jump on him. But a few concerns. I want to know his role, his minutes, and just how he's going to play.
Yeah. Alrighty, boys. Oh, there's a bunch on the watch list as well. Like, I think Ryan Couchman is a sneaky one. I'm not going to start him because he's on the bench and the Dragons have a lot of forwards around. Dylan Egan to come out later on. They seem to really like him there. Back from injury. Could be a sneaky one. And then Leafi at 201k at Manly again. We said they're light on forwards.
Maybe at some stage.
Looks the goods.
Yep.
Wouldn't start with him, but yeah, could be a big option at some point. Dezzy, let's get into your team reveal. Now, so we've touched on a few of yours, but predominantly your cheapies. We'll start at the top. Spire, we can pick him apart a little bit, but at hooker, Harry Grant and bench Brandon Smith. Pretty straightforward, but you have to pay up for Harry Grant.
I am, yeah. I think under the new system, I think you've got to go forward heavy. and centre heavy, and then sacrifice a little bit in the halves and the fullbacks. I mean, it's right there for us. Take it by the horn, so you've got to do it.
In your front row, you've mentioned Tom Flegler, you've mentioned Jesse Colquhoun, you've got Toby Couchman there, and you've got Payne Haas there. Payne Haas speaks for himself. Talks through Toby Couchman at $588K.
I just think he's undervalued, underpriced. I think he'll comfortably average 70 and probably, sit around 700K for the majority of the year. And I think
love Couchman.
It'll happen quick as well. Like he's not going to be under 600K for long, if ever.
I own him, Dezzy. I'm pretty happy with him. My one concern is, I think I'll get it up, but he averaged 60 minutes per game last year. They had a lot of injuries, the Dragons. Like, do you worry that he just played these additional minutes? Not only injuries throughout the season, but in-game injuries which forced him into playing bigger minutes. He averaged 60 points in 60 minutes per game. We know under the new stats system, he is a beneficiary of that and that he looks like he's potentially undervalued. My only concern is, with all the injuries last year, were minutes a bit inflated?
Maybe not. I think he probably would have impressed the coach and the club enough to hold down those sort of minutes. I can't see why he wouldn't, unless there's like someone we're overlooking who's going to steal minutes off him. I don't think there is though. I think he's clearly the man that they want to have there. He's
a weapon. Alrighty, to F. Isaiah, Yeo, Cam Murray and Dave Fafita, and then a bench of Paxton, Lasati and Cooper Bye. I mean, Fafita speaks for himself. We've spoken about the cheapies. Isaiah Yeo and Cam Murray. Talk us through those.
I think they're underpriced under the new scoring system. Simple as that. Murray, absolute tackle bot. He'll probably make 50 tackles a game under the NRL stats, maybe even more. That's just going to be his base. Whether he runs the ball that much, I'm not sure. It remains to be seen. Didn't really have that many hit-ups against Manly, but he seemed to be the distributor like outright. So if they do that Harbour Bridge ball, he could be part of the attacking stats on that right edge. But yeah, I think that Yeo as well is underpriced for sure.
Yep.
Just going to make 50 tackles a game under the NRL stats. So
Murray's the one I'm curious on, and we all know how good he is. But coming back from Achilles, was it? So
he looks fine though.
Just want to see how he returns over big minutes and how much they push him early. Maybe it's a case of they know how important he is to the side. They may not need to stretch him early in the minutes department. So that'd be my only question mark. Maybe he's a buy later in the season.
I dropped Cam Murray for the same reason, but also that I had too many bunnies, and I'm just like, they've got that. I think it's the round 4 bye. I'm like, I can't carry this many into that bye week. So I had to drop someone, and unfortunately, my man was the odd one out. But I do have the same reservation of, like, he got the price decrease based on, I think he played one game late on in the year off the bench against the Roosters. They didn't drop his value that much on what he actually should have been. I think he's undervalued. I think he'll make coin, especially under the new stat system. I'm just a bit with you, Spy. They're pretty stacked in the forwards, the Bunnies. They don't need to play in big minutes early on, especially you add in Cheese starting at 9. Now, Mamazellus, we suspect, will come on at 9. I think Cheese spends time in the middle in probably Cam's role.
I don't think he'll hurt you. I think it's just possible you get to round 7 and go, bit flat, bit of a letdown.
Another one that I can see myself grabbing with potentially more minutes, especially let's call a spade. It's the Bunnies. A few injuries start to creep in. He gets his match fitness back. Then we grab him at a similar price. I've called on him a little bit.
And what I would say, and I know Dezzy will have big long look heading into the season, but there's a lot of options across most positions this year. You might be able to find someone you could start with, maybe get to Murray in line, but we'll see.
There's 2 guys that I would interchange with Murray. I may, and one is Hopgood.
Yes,
and the other is Lukey. So the Hopgood's pretty much the same price as Murray. I've got enough in the bank to go up to him if he's a little bit more. Lukey, go down to, then have an extra 100K in the bank next week over the next few weeks to
both good options,
yeah.
I'm not getting around this Hopgood hype. I feel like people are sort of resting on the 2024, 2023, where he's averaged 67 and 73. He averaged 53 last year in 53 minutes per game. Parramatta are only getting better. I know, and I think you mentioned it last week, Spy, but there was I think he was having back spasms last year and some injury concerns, but I just feel like Jack DeBellin coming in. They're a really good-looking forward pack. Jack Williams is going between middle and edge. I just don't know how many more minutes he gets.
I like him. I reckon he's
He's
going to
throw offloads galore.
Why
do you say that?
60 odd.
Just based on what we saw on the trial, he was happy to offload in the attacking 10 twice.
53 minutes per game last year. As you said, granted they were a little bit injury impacted. How many minutes would he need to get? Like, if Jason Riles was to give you a number, this is how many he's going to play for you to start him.
60.
60, yeah. And so just really quickly, I'll just pick random in the middle of the year when they were trying to ease him back from this injury. Minutes went 47, 37, 35, 40, 48, 51, 35, 45, like so far down.
Yeah.
And he ended the year in the front row, mind you. They found his spot. DeBellin comes in back row. Jack Williams played on an edge. He can obviously play both, but he then went 57, 64, 51, 65, 55, 62, 80, and 72. So I'm like, that's where I'm like, there's a lot of room for growth there. We know he's a Supercoach gun of the past. I like him, eh?
He will be a Supercoach gun again. I guarantee it. I just kind of want to... There's another one where, to your point, Spy, there are so many good 2RF buys.
Yep.
I think I just feel like everyone's speculating.
All that being said, he's not in my side because there are so many good buys. He
I
to start.
I need to see him come out and play 60 minutes. I need to see him given the license to offload. So, anyway, I hope he does. I hope he doesn't because I won't want people to own him when I don't. But he's such a joy to own in Supercoach when everything is going right. In the halves, Nathan Cleary and Ethan Sands at halfback. At 5'8", Jackson Purdue and Pizzette. You've spoken about 3 of the 4 of those. Nathan Cleary, you're paying up for the best, Dezzy.
You certainly are. In fact, I had Cleary and Hines there initially for my first team. But Hines again in the trial, I mean, they really did bulldoze, but Trindle was just getting half the ball again. Yet again, he was there wasn't any change to like Hines over the off season that he's gonna take more control of the team. He just looked like the same. So for me, Cleary is just the guy that you want over him. You know what you're going to get. He's a captaincy option against pretty much every team. But yeah, I'm totally content to have Cleary there.
Yeah, I could never knock Cleary.
826K to start the season. Broncos, Sharks, Roosters, Eels, Storm, Doggies. Does that concern you at all?
Not really, no. I think we've been over this for the last 5-6 years on this podcast. He's not really that draw dependent. Like he'll obviously belt some bad teams, but he can still score well against those top 8 teams. There's not a huge difference in Cleary scoring against bottom 8 and top 8 teams.
Yeah, he's fixture proof.
Yeah.
I still want to see softer teams than better teams.
So I took him out today, and the reason was it was for the benefit of some other positions. I went down to walk. I actually went down to, I'll tell you what I did. Via Jules, I went from Cleary to Stefano Ukamanu in the front row, and I flicked some guys around in the flex, which gave me 300K to upgrade elsewhere. And I'm just banking on those good sides doing enough to even keep him to an 80 average or something.
I think they will, 100%.
But I still think, and we said the other week, I still think if you start with him and he averages 80, you're cheering because you've locked him in.
Sweet.
You're all going to get better.
That
might be just perfect for both parties. But there is still the chance he could average 55, 60. And that's what I'm like,
Absolutely, there's a chance he could against those
I'm swinging around here, Timo.
Yeah, well, I'll put it this way, and this is what I've done. I would prefer to have a Sam Walker for, 200K cheap, whatever it is, at halfback, and then say Reece Walsh at fullback, who's not currently in my team but could make his way in, and use the cash there. Then have Nathan Cleary, and then have to go cheaper at fullback or elsewhere.
I'll do a really quick thing next week because I'm doing it now, and I'll just say what my side would be with Cleary and without, and just show what the difference can be, and just to show people it's obviously that's where your cap comes in. It's not because I don't think Cleary will do well; it's because what you can do elsewhere. But
CT
can't knock it still.
Yeah, CT Dub. Herbie Farnworth, Cal Iro, Latrell Mitchell. They're your 3 guns. Then you've got cheapies in Farmani, Leo, Macassini, and 2. I mean, talk through the 3 big dogs.
I had these 3 plus Val Holmes. I had them before we even knew that the center wing rule changes.
So you had 4 gun centers, then the centers got better and you took one out.
Well, I took him out. He may still come back in. But yeah, I just think you can't go wrong with him at all. There was no chance that I was starting without Herbie Farnworth and Iro after what those little bastards did to me last year. They absolutely crippled my season. So there's just zero chance that I'm going without them this season.
I'll tell you the one that's come into my team this week, Spy. There's been a few little changes. I like to make a lot of my own decisions and back my own gut, but I do listen. I listen to others.
Yes.
I listened to Walson Carlos's first weekly wrap podcast of the season. He covered the trials. Phenomenal. Go and check that out.
I'll
No
go get on
YouTube,
that
just
still.
Spotify.
Yeah.
Selling Cobbo.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's not necessarily one where Cobbo's stats will necessarily back it up. I've already said I want to go heavy on centres rather than wingers early on. I just think left wing Dolphins, a decent draw to start. I just think it's a gold mine.
I reckon I could bag a double for the Dolphins, even in 35-degree
And
heat.
you mentioned Spy wingers who can get these easy, just catch and put the ball down tries. I think Cobbo could get a lot of these.
100%. So I want to start with them, and it's going to be very easy to shift to someone else.
Along
It's not
with
happening.
new club, point to prove, hopefully increased work rate.
It's like a lot of things ticking boxes, along with like playing for future contracts and getting your reputation back. And
It's a lot more of a footy eye call than a what does the data say call. At least this says. That being said, like Jack Bostock, he scored 1,000 tries there last year. So
and they're better than when Bostock was playing, because that was early in
with
the
injuries to
season.
their team, like
They've just got better and better and better.
Dezzy, fullbacks, Keanu Kinney, Sorfat Longo. I was about to say you flex. So that's just Kinney and Faralongo. You happy with those two, mate?
I am. I was more happy with Kinney before the trial, actually. I just thought he was going a little hard. Like, he's going to get ironed out by someone. And there's a huge injury risk when you're running like that and you're that small.
He has a crack, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's kind of scary. Like, I brought him in last season and for his like 180 or...
Oh, 2 years ago.
Oh, 2 years ago.
During the middle
sorry,
stretch, you went mad.
Yeah, I went crazy, and he boosted me up into like the top 200 overall just when I brought him in. But I don't know, he just looks slightly more injury prone now. Like he's still running hard, but it just looks like he's gonna run into trouble when someone really wants to show him a shoulder.
He's tough.
What I'll say to that is, let's say he does go too hard and he cops some head knocks or some injuries based on being he's a bit of a Carmichael Hunt, isn't he? A bit of a kamikaze.
He is.
If that does happen, I think close to 100% of serious super coaches are going to be in the same boat as you. If he can stay fit, let's hope he does. No reason why he shouldn't, aside from going too hard. He'll be 700k in a flash, I think.
Yeah.
So it's just not a risk that you take, right?
Yeah.
Mate, your flex, here's an interesting one. Pat Carrigan.
Paddy Carrigan.
Dual to our front row forward, 636k. This is obviously one around the new stats.
It is, yeah. I think Carrigan will average 70 to 75 pretty comfortably.
He'll be a big winner out of it.
Yeah, I'm completely content with that than risking it with like a triple fullback at flex. Kalen Ponga, he could average like 80, 90 if he goes on a freaky run. You could chuck in like Turbo there, anyone really. I couldn't afford Walsh. If I could afford Walsh, I'd probably get him. But even then, there's no guarantee that Walsh is going to average 75 a week over the opening month. Whereas Carrigan,
he'd need to average far more, like for value-wise.
Yeah. I just think Carrigan, you're locking in that 70 to 75 average. That's what you got to do. You got to play around these new rules.
Put it this way. I think from a squad value perspective, Pat Carrigan is a better buy than Reece Walsh. I think by round 5, Pat Carrigan has probably made more money than Reece Walsh. Point scoring wise, though, Reece Walsh obviously over Pat Carrigan. I'm not reinventing the wheel there with a hot take. But the Walsh factor is the upside of what if he does come out and explode. But pure money, I think Pat Carrigan like gun to head. But I also look at the potential points of Reece Walsh.
Yeah, because 150 can change a season. But yeah, Carrigan, I like it.
He'll benefit. He'll borderline on keeper territory this season, I think, under the new system, where he never has in the past. Plays big minutes, does all the hard work, loves the third man in, will get more tackles. I just think he's going to benefit. Boys, that will do us for the SC Playbook podcast ahead of the Vegas season openers. Heaps more to come this week. Beers and break-evens with The Roo coming tomorrow. I'll be doing Q&As in the Discord, the Q&A podcast, the halfback punting podcast back this week for the season. Some hot tips for the year. So keep an eye on all those ones. Spy, thank you, mate.
Thanks, boys.
Dezzy, strong return, mate. Expected nothing less.
Good to be back, boys.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for tuning in.